Okay, so these are the requirements over here. I'll send you the website. So yeah, there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine sort of what they call this tourism products, and you need to incorporate five. So if any combination of the five will do, and
Um,
then
we were planning, sir. I don't know. What we were just like discussing among ourselves that maybe we'll do a mountain resort, but it's not final. They're just giving
mm,
ideas. A mountain
yeah,
resort, maybe in Sudlon daw,
yeah, you can.
because we were saying that they already have like a survey, like there's already a site of the lot, the lot is already plotted,
Oh, very good. Yes, I
but
think.
we're not sure. Uh, it's not final, sir. But if you have suggestions, good sir, it's
I
fine, yourself.
I don't have suggestion. I didn't think anyone would join actually. So because of all the what do you call this requirements. Anyway, so kind of that's very good if you already have a site, so we don't have to go through site selection because that'll take like a while. So if you have a site ready, just send it to me and we can analyze it together. Anyway, so we have I think that will fall under nature, cultural,
Yeah,
definitely not beach. I
yeah.
could also add health and wellness, MICE, meetings, incentives, conventions, exhibitions, leisure and entertainment. So everything that isn't diving, beach, and nautical and cruise, because you're in the mountains, so you can add five. And what I noticed from last year's competition, where are the winners from last year? What I noticed from last year's competition that the top 10, they designed the minimum requirements. Where they go? Where did- They designed the minimum requirements of like top four-star category. Like, it was a hospital, so basically all the requirements of the hospital, and another like theme to bring everything together. So, for example, um, last year's competition was hospital with a temporary like facility for COVID,
Extended facilities, sir.
extended facility. So the top the top 10 had all the requirements for the hospital and the extended COVID facility, but then they added an additional theme. Like for this one, the theme was, let me see, aquaponics. So they had some kind of agricultural theme within their hospital. So on top of all the other requirements, they added another thing that they were knowledgeable about. So that's what I noticed with the top 10. So on top of the all the hotel requirements, the four-star requirements, you need to add something else that is specific to that site that will benefit that area. So it's very good that you already have a site because that's something that will really bump you up like from the top 20 to the top 10. For the most part,
Mm,
out of the one, I think there were like 12 people who submitted. Um, I went through all the designs, cut down the 12 to 5, and of the 5 I submitted, 4 got into the top 20. So I think um, who's the fourth year here? Si Kuan?
I
Carl.
was there.
Si Carl. Yes, I think
Yes,
yes.
sir.
I'm very bad with names, but yeah. So the renderings have to be like of a certain quality. I think you guys are already very good at that. And then it's just the theme that we're missing. The one who made it to top 10 was, I forget his name. His work should appear here somewhere. There were a group of three. Silatong, I forgot his name. It should be here. Hang on. This was the weirdest one. I think this was an individual entry. And it looks very plain. I think it got in because it looks like a Luxin building. I don't know why. I don't know why this got in. Quite very, and also it did that thing where the floor plan is transparent and they're like white spots. Why not make the whole? That was a very question mark for me.
Mm.
How did that one get in the top 10? I think it's
Probably
because
use
it
the
was an.
automatic
Hmm,
background remover.
yeah, I think it was because he had a unique theme and he was like an individual submission. Grand winner. Asama to si Kuan eh. Do.
Wala sa cards.
Asa to eh. Kamot ko si Kuan. We'll see his name here somewhere. Anyway, Mona, just try to start thinking about a theme that you can add to your hotel. So aside from we already have the five tourism products, and then just like a theme that will bring them all together. So if you think cultural, nature-based, um, leisure entertainment,
So far,
and
our ideas,
mm,
sir, is maybe to make like a retirement home sort of hotel with an with a farm so that
mm,
the old people can like eat fresh
mm.
and they also have like a extracurricular activity by like the farming, and that's like the farming also got popular because of the COVID pandemic, like
Mm,
plantito,
mm,
plantita. So
yes.
that's mostly our concept. We don't know about adding a pool because I think adding a pool, sir, it also adds to the 4-star buzzer. I think it's part of the requirements.
Yeah, that's something we need to find out. So I'll try to find.
And then we were thinking about like if there's a pool, then the pool will be really cold because it's in the mountain.
Mm. Yeah, maybe we could.
So we're not sure if we should call it a pool or should we just call it a cold spring.
Mm. Yeah, something we need to
So
figure out. Is there top 10 at Dubai and Abu Dhabi? Where is the site again?
Sudlon.
Sudlon. Where is Sudlon? Cebu?
Um, it was Vera who found the site. I don't. We're not. Yeah, Sudlon too.
Ah, it's okay, Sudlon too. So
Wait,
let's.
it's near. It's like beside the Sudlon National Park. I think it's Sudlon too.
Mm-hmm. Let me just try to find this on Google Maps. Ah, okay. Di agi siya sa Bukidnon. Near Mandawi pa dyan.
National Park. Where's the national?
Ano siya? Cebu
I'll
Council.
send you a screenshot that
Ah, sige.
Vera sent us.
Hmm. City Dev.
Because we were still like contemplating if we should do a mountain resort or a beach resort, but they were saying that maybe a beach resort might be too typical.
Common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's always
So
the con.
yeah.
Like
So we need
safest
to
option.
differentiate ourselves from the
Mm.
others. I don't. That's what our train of thought.
Very good. Yes. Metro Manila City. Just trying to find population data on that area. Busay, Labang, Bon.
So Sudlon might be so far off. I don't know. Do they consider that that it's really far from the
I know. I think most resorts are typically further away from city centers. So you can really get that kanang remote feelings. It's like it's quiet, not much noise, not much pollution. Let's
especially
see
for
here.
like a retirement home.
Yes, population is at 4,229, 16.12 square kilometers, 1.6 population growth. Okay, stable population growth. but lower than average. So yeah, you can also say that a resort in this area would create job opportunities for local communities here. Are there? And is there? I don't see any houses in this area. I hear we have like some developments over here. Doo-doo-doo. What is this?
It's I think you can search, sir. The screenshot. It's like right beside you,
Ah, okay. Naka-screenshot
Lone
na.
National Park.
Sudlo National Park.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, the exact site daw.
Sundan National Park. It's the
So
same
it should
fish.
be right. It's,
It's the left side.
I got a different
I think
park.
it,
Or
Sundan National Park.
Lake Bencisdaus.
Anyway, just send me the on the
Yeah,
Revit or whatever whatever file you have there. Sundan National High School. Anyway, let's see if we can find any books here. Design hotels. Download.
that's another thing that they were saying without saying.
Hmm.
If it's a mountain, so we have to do the contour by scratch.
yeah,
Hmm. Yes, that will also
GG.
make it interesting. But let's see what my other schedule is. It's 10 a.m. Okay, we have time. Sounds PDF. Tropical Rented by Ben Smith Designs. It's 2015. And this one looks interesting. Show folder. We need to know what's the minimum requirements for a four-star hotel.
Uh, Sir, in the instruct the mechanics, but yeah, the
Hmm.
mechanics it said that others other yeah consider the debt standards and guidelines for facilities and services issued by DOT.
Hmm.
What does that mean?
DOT, the Department of Tourism, should have
Yeah,
a
debt
department.
stand.
That's good. This page will remove to beta government during the entry. Okay. PHA. The HP. Yeah. One government website.
Then it says also, sir,
Hmm.
have a local facility that is unique to the chosen location and will promote local tradition, culture, and products. Local tradition.
Hmm.
I don't know about Sudlon. I don't know because
Yeah.
it seems like it's kind of bare Sudlon, so I don't know if there's like a local tradition or
No,
culture.
we need to research that. Like Wikipedia or whatever articles we can find. If we know, if we can like ask anyone who lives in that area what it is like. Okay, there we go. I thought the OT won't load. Let's see. Policies, regulations, statistics, tourism policies and regulations, pilot program, invest in tourism, tourism training event, promotion of Philippine tourism, about the Philippines accreditation. What the initial reporters compiled with the minimum certain online conditions. Where is your copy of your Here we go. Documentary requirements. Primary tourism enterprises, secondary tourism enterprises, accreditation fees, accredited tourism enterprises. Okay, I think these are the documents we need. Let's see. What's the difference between secondary and primary tourism? Accreditation requirements. Philippine RRIA. Assist Department of Finance, blah blah blah, staff member development, reviewing and improving better regulation in accordance with regulatory best practice, making and review process of the department, assessment of impacts of the regulation, negative effects on stakeholders. These are all business stuff. Don't think we need it. So let's see what's inside these things. Show in folder, refresh. So this is for a primary tourism. This is permit, registration, organizer, facility. Don't seem to have like space requirements. Valid mayor's permit. Let's see, medical concierge, spa, tertiary hospital. Departments or general requirements for accreditation, dive shop, ecotourism facility if located in a protected area, memorandum of agreement of protected area. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all of it. I thought that we have like space requirements, but it seems like it's just that. Let me go back here. Okay. Consider the depth standards and guidelines for facilities and services. Try to Google that, see what happens. Depth standard guidelines issued by DOT. Mm.
Sir, if ever we don't have like the contours of our site, sir, how do you think we should
You can actually
go?
extract contours using SketchUp.
Ah, yeah, the one that Sir she
Yeah,
showed
so
us.
your channel AR3100. Where is that thing? Yeah, the one
Yeah,
that Sershi did. So we can just geolocate. I think you can get a full version of SketchUp with your like. You just go to the SketchUp website, download, and
you know, the
yeah,
extension.
you can do this thing. Yeah, so it should be there.
That one was my concern, like the one that in the instruction,
Mm-hmm.
the that standards. What do they mean by that? We need to.
Yeah, it should be a document somewhere. Ground floor. An average hotels and accommodation under quarantine. National random budget. This is something I probably need to ask help from the other faculty. Standards for construction of roads. This is get started accreditation. DOT certificate. Who may apply? Okay. What other requirements are here? to go, so you do. Policy statistics, publications, joint memorandum, the orientation guidance, load more publications. Why don't they have a search bar for this thing? Advisory, TDOT, just all their. Dang it. News publication announcements. Okay, no, I don't need that. Don't need that. Mhm. This might be useful. This is 2021. This might be useful. The quarantine options. Wait. Called updated guidance operation. You should be okay. These documents are just not. They should be like in front and like the first thing you see on their website, but it's not. Oof. Key official, citizen charter, attached agencies. Key officials. Excuse me. Nothing. Well, just that. There's nothing about the debt standards. So annoying. Okay, never mind. Let's see if the hotel design book is working. This is just samples. Requirements accreditation. Download. And I think we'll also need to use the time savers, if anything. So what we need to find is a debt standard thingy, and then we can
Yes, sir.
start
I was
designing.
also thinking, like, do you
Hmm.
think we need a natural, like, water feature?
It depends on what the design requirements are for the hotel. It might be that for it to be a 4-star hotel, there will be a requirement for water features. So we don't know yet. Um, can it load? Okay, there it loaded. Okay, there. Let's see. Why is it loading so slow? How heavy is this file? Oof, 63K. Uh, just examples of hotels, but not really a design guide. So we need a
Niabot
design
na
guide.
to. Na jud atong third member, sir.
Okay,
Good
no problem.
morning.
Good morning. So let's create a Google Classroom finally. We can put all our documents there. Let's see. Great class. Add person. Great. We still have too many tabs open. Maybe a time saver standards. Maybe that's a new one. Mhm. That's always the old one. Uh, for architectural design data. Do you guys have this?
Uh, the one that you posted in the classrooms.
Ah, yeah. Time saver standards for landscape architecture, blueprint. Mm-hmm. Nope, nobody got like a new version of it. I'll just check this out. This one is from 1997. Okay, that's too old. But let's just see what's in this. Okay, the Google Classroom should have loaded. Okay, let's add you guys. Copy. Let's put this in here. So what we need to do is look for. Okay, so steps. Number one is with contour map. Number two is the net standards and then issued by DOT. So I'll just ask the department. Someone should know where to get that. And yeah, identify a theme that will unite the five tourism products you choose. Okay. And then I'll add in our books here. Need that, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that at the moment. And let's see. Let's see where the books go. Fresh. Let's see. Bioclimatic design, daylight inventory. Oh, this one is good. This one looks good. Ooh. They even have like mechanical design here.
Look,
Oh man, I wish I had this building a month ago. This would be very useful. I'll just post this up in the design reference book section too. Ooh. Steinfield, 1979. Difficulty there is severe loss of sight. Okay. Let's see if they have anything on hotels here. Architectural fundamentals, building economics, estimating cost and design, demolition. This is more general, retaining walls, design loads, exterior enclosure, building environment, moisture control, flexible structures, energy standpipes. I think this will do. And some general guidelines. How like designing uh, mhm, 10 things to remember while designing in mountains, stuff like that. Log in to continue reading. Oh,
right.
let's see. Just like log in. Subscribe now. I got a free subscription. Okay, there's a free version. Yes.
3 articles per month.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Let's see. Uh, but the articles are really good. And we barely have any time to read anyway. So one article per month is like decent. University of San Carlos. Philippines. I really recommend you guys like subscribing to online articles. Just an extra resource. Blah blah blah. Okay, street number, postcode, 6,000. Ooh, phone number is not the phone number. What the heck is this? One. That shouldn't be sure. 731 731 Account username. Let's call it. Let's generate a password. Order trial on X04 months of have a so maybe like we can get some tips here. What does DZ have? Just examples of buildings. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Finishing checkout view, filling address. Okay, close. Am I done? Can I read the article now? Let's see. Orientation of the structure, building height, energy efficient and sustainable design, colors and materials. Oh, they actually built this thing? I thought it was a rendering. Huh. Let's see, building massing and components, accessory structures.
Sir,
Hmm.
another thing that we were thinking about, like I think in the competition they wanted like Filipino architecture and like
Hmm.
how do we Philippine architecture?
Oh yeah, that's is so the current
Sin-
debate on Philippine architecture is that as long as you're using materials and you are using uh, the climate as inspiration for your design, then that would be Philippine architecture. Do not limit yourself to like Bahay Kubo or like traditional looking buildings and call it Filipino architecture. That's something you should not do. That will be a bad thing to do. I'll just like put down here the notes from this. You can put some images. I think I'll save some images. Building height advice. Maximum height for structural located mounted is 10.6 meters or 3 floors. The guideline states that maximum height structure should be calculated based on the vertical distance of the grade, meaning height of the highest and lowest elevations at which the structure meets the ground, measured to mean high level average measured to the mean height level between eaves and ridge of the highest main roof. The structure needs the existing features of the mountain. An example corroborates a guideline is the LR to capacity cover. Houses of 3 levels designing. This one is a house. Oh, this one also has like actual drawings. So this is good. Save image as. Can I open it in new tab? No, it's like linked to the save image. Let me see if I actually got the image here. There you go. It's got sections there, and that 10 point, the 3 floor requirements was a good tip. Let's see, where is our classroom? Okay, let's copy that. So I think the fourth years. How many students are fourth years?
Only one.
Okay.
Just Carl.
Were you in my class, Carl?
Under was planning before, sir.
Okay, so
Planning
planning.
one.
Planning one. Okay. That was very rough. I was still like fixing my
Yeah.
notes there. So we'll just review some planning notes. Okay, orientation is the number one that came up here. Energy efficiency. So these could be some themes you need to look out for. I'll just move that over there. Okay. Let me just read through the orientation so you don't need to read it. Architecture should permit natural light to enter into the interiors. Position of the structure should be in a way that no existing vegetation at the site is harmed or removed. Preservation of streams, blah blah blah. Pretty much what we discussed in site planning. Colors and materials. Design should exhibit warm and earthy tones of colors. The material extensively used for the construction of buildings on mountains are natural wood, along with aluminum and brass. An aluminum-clad cabin located in Mountain proves to be a good example. Okay, aluminum. Here, Up mountain architecture acquire. Okay, so now we have some material tips here. It's actually timber on the inside with an aluminum finish. So it's very interesting. A canine winter cabin. Canine. Building massing and components. Massing helps to break down and display good proportions without additional architectural features. The massing highlights the structure and function of the house. House on the cliff located. No. Okay. So yeah. So now it's like beginning to form. So 3 stories maximum, and you need to break it up into different sections. We can like save this image as. And then accessory structures. Total area of mountain houses be split into multiple structures. This is like houses, but this could apply to a resort as well. So you don't want one big structure, you want multiple small structures. Exterior lighting. So you're gonna do a bit of landscaping with like lighting. Illumination of structures during the nighttime. It enables safe and comfortable movement in and out of and around of the structure. The night lighting also helps increasing the beauty of the site architecture. Avoid blue light emission and use warm lights to illuminate the exteriors. Okay, so now we have idea, warm lights. Let's see here. Decks. Mountain homes feature architecture space form decks. Decks blend into the architecture seamlessly using architectural elements that visually ground. The fallout is located in California is a good example. Okay. Use decks. Nighttime and let's see. Then this like very useful tips. Even I don't know about this tips. Roof. All guidelines state that mountain homes must feature inclined roofs. So that already fits with the Filipino climate because like the inclined roofs help with the rain, resist hail and snow that occur frequently. Yeah. For us, it's the rain. So in case you don't know, the higher the pitch, the easier it is to resist or what do you call this? The easier it is for the building to um, get water off the roof. The problem is if your pitch is too high, then you might have problems with the wind. So that's something I'll just put here. Uh, Higher pitch roof, good for removing water, but might cause trouble. Let's catch the wind. So we need to find like a good angle. What's the best angle for what's the best pitch? Ask yourself, what is the best pitch for roofs, roof structure in the Philippines? That could be a big feature. See, fenestration. The wind will act as accessories to the structure, adds scale and details. So fenestrations are like windows or any kind of opening. Placement of windows and skylights must be in such a way that interiors would not be visible from the exterior. Reduce the glass area to eliminate presentation of the interiors to people off-site to ensure safety and privacy. An example of that is a mountain house. Okay, so I'd add all these images over here. Okay, then we can add some images. Browse, open. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll ask the department for the DOT guidelines, and you guys like look for um, your theme, and you make the site. Oh, we need a timeline as well. So we need the project timeline. So we're starting now. Hopefully we can get the site done like in a week, and we'll focus all of November for design process. So we don't need to do research. This is already our research. We don't need to write it. We can go directly to the schematic design. The research will be up here in our kind of what they call this tourism design group. So don't think of it as a formal plate. What we really need to focus on is the schematic design and the design presentation like to the boards. The faster we get to the boards, the better. And then we just need to make sure our planning, like a site planning and the interior spaces are there. We need to get, hopefully, by November. So let's say it's already November next week, no? So let's say, let's say November. I think we can do November 5. 5. I'll ask the department for the list of spaces. November 5. Need list of spaces so we can start designing the floor plans. And then since we're on a crunch, we can do schematics siguro by on November 12th. But it doesn't have to be like formal because I know there's a deadlines for you guys too. This is also the deadline for third year submission. So we need to have schematic plans here. Then let's see. So we'll have 1 week for revisions. November 19, like revisions. Going to final plans. We don't need to go through preliminary because we can just adjust it as we go. And then let's see here. 19. Let's try to have everything ready December 10. That's like deadline for the third year. So let's try to have it like December 17. 17 final boards. Because during Christmas, the what they call this delivery is really busy, and I was worried that we couldn't even make it to Manila because our deadline is December 31, and we need to allocate at least like 2 weeks for delivery. And this is really the latest we can get it. I might need to contact some friends in Manila so they can just print the document there so we can like submit it. We can get through the deadline. Deadline. So we
The
have
way I
about
understood it,
hmm,
sir, in the Zoom meet, I think it was fine though if as long as the it said in LBC that it's this you sent it at December 31. The way I understood the
okay.
lady
I'll like
spoke.
ask them like
I'm not sure.
yeah, because last time I really had to like I extended the deadline because I thought it would be like 2 to 3 days. But when I went to like LBC, it was like 1 week, so I had to like ask a family friend who lives in Manila to like really send it to them. Let's see. Okay. So week 1, week 5. I don't know why I'm putting my dashes there. Okay. So this is basically our timeline, and I'll give you updates as soon as I can. I'll also ask ArchiNEXT. I think I'll just like, did I have a contact information? I'll just message them. Come on. There we go. There, they replied. Once a student is included in the top 10, their CVs will be forwarded. Okay, so you don't need to. Thank you.
What do you mean by CVs? We have to make a CV.
Yeah, you have to get your. You have to. Oh, you don't have a CV yet.
Oh,
A CV is a
I ha-
curriculum vitae.
Curriculum vitae.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I
most.
have, but
Hmm.
it's kind of empty.
No, it's okay. You can just since you're an undergraduate student, you can just list down your high school, senior high school, and your current, or maybe just senior high school and University of San Carlos, and then you can attach your like renderings. What projects have you worked on? Things that you like, and put it in there. I can give you like a sample format if you want. Also, that was it. For the deadline, since we're in Cebu, oh wait, they already started here. Are they starting? Join Google. Okay, this is already starting. Need to like log in here. Anyway, so then in Cebu, um, let's see. Do the documents need to arrive there at December 31, or is it that it should be mailed before? Okay, so we'll try to get as much time as we can. Maybe I know you guys definitely don't want to work through Christmas, but maybe we can submit it the latest December 20. That will be the latest. But this will mean that if we send it on 20, it might arrive in Manila on January 3. But if
Ooh,
I can get my relatives to print it for us, they could probably print it, what do you call this? December 29 or something, and then just Lala move it to their office because I know their office address now. And that the Lala move will only take a couple of hours, so you can even like just that's something I need to clarify. But much better if we finish early, so it will be there. Okay, last time what happened was, yeah, we sent it directly to their office. I think that was like December 29 ish, or really like December 30. And then it took them like how many months to judge? I don't know when they started judging. I got like information that they started judging like middle of January na. So maybe we can like submit a bit later. Pero more na siya you guys in the Google Classroom na. Let's see, people. Okay, we got two. So invite na lang your third guy or girl. And then mo ni siya ato ang timeline. So I think it's because all of you are also working on other plates, your like your schoolwork. So don't be kanang. I just advise you to kanang. I guess manage your time, but don't be too stressed out with this. You see the quality of work is pretty high, but if the concept is there, I really think that we should focus more on the concept. Because last time we really focused a lot on the plans, and the winners really had better concepts. And then let's see here. And we don't need to do a research phase because really there's no time. We'll just do it like informal so we can really focus on getting our concepts done and then creating a decent presentation. So notice the plans aren't really kanang the best looking plans. You have like Anisha. So I think we will focus on more on the concept this time so we can get into the top 10. Kaning-kaning klaseng rendering, yeah, I think this is very doable for you guys. Can you guys also submit to me kanang your previous work to the Google Classroom so I can have
yo,
like a idea of like what your presentation skills are, and I mean, maybe we can like think about it at this stage pa. Sige. Kana lang sa, and then I think we can meet again next week. So it's basically you have think of this as like a extracurricular club with prize money if we win.
if we win,
So I think for now, getting into the top 10 is really our goal. And then from there, we can aim for like a top one, number one winner.
We
And then
will
we,
know if we're part of the preliminaries, but like
yeah,
before it doesn't like go ditso to the final. We will know
yes,
that we're preliminaries first, and then after we'll know if we're part top ten,
yes.
then fine.
We'll get top 20 first, and then like a week or like 2 weeks after that, they'll announce top 10. And then after that, they'll announce number one. Okay, sige. So just send me your kanang, might as well just make it a CV if you can.
No,
No.
it's
You-
Rip.
yeah, because you're going to need to make a CV anyway. But
there's a
kasama ka
part
mo.
where it says certificate and accomplishments, sir. And then I don't know the certificates. I tried making a CV then, and the certificates I place participation of webinars.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Bro, I think it's very kanang straightforward. Where is my CV? Oh, it's in my other computer. Dang it. So for architects, this is the sample I kind of followed when I was in Australia. Currently, I think for architects, it's a good idea to put your picture in it. Some people would say you don't need to put your picture in it, but for really more important the pictures, like we yeah, have like a page of your like renderings, like what are your designs, because that's what architectural offices are looking for. That you can draw, you can design, and you have like some sense of like good design on top of your, and then over here on your work experience, just put your school. And maybe if you attended like webinars, yeah, you can put it in here. Education, yeah, yeah, that's basically the school and honors and awards. Some we don't need that part. Okay, so this will be a good activity for you guys to like get started on your CV, and then the most I can promise you is like top 10, because like I really thought we would reach number one, but the international competition is really kind of high quality. And then especially that we are all also working on other plates. Um, I'd really suggest you to focus on those graded plates, and then this will be your like your secondary activity. Think of it as a exercise in design, sort of like to expand your skill set so that when you do your thesis, it's even better. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Sige, I'll stop